Have you ever imagined witnessing something that defies all human logic and realizing that no one will ever believe you? Think about it. You're alone at night, on an empty road, when an intense light cuts through the sky. It doesn't move like an airplane or a drone. It's silent, and it feels like it's watching you. Within seconds, time stops, sound disappears, and all that remains is fear. Now imagine waking up minutes or hours later with no clear memory of what happened, but with the certainty that something chose you. What would you do? Tell someone, or keep the secret, afraid of sounding insane? Being the only witness to an alien abduction isn't a privilege, it's a curse. Because the problem isn't what you saw, it's what the world will do to you afterward. People will laugh, friends will drift away. Experts will say it was a dream, a hallucination, a glitch in your brain. But what if you have proof? Marks on your body, fragmented memories, burned out electronics. Even then, who would believe you? The truth is, witnessing something the world refuses to accept is the same as ceasing to exist within it. And when the truth is too big to fit inside reality, is it better to reveal it or try to forget it? They say fear is only real when you can see it, touch it, feel its presence. But what happens when what haunts you doesn't belong to this world? When the light shining over you doesn't come from the sky, but from something above, observing, curious, cold, and silent. Witnesses of abductions always describe the same pattern. First, absolute silence, no crickets, no wind, no engines. Then, a feeling of paralysis, the body wants to run, but the mind obeys another force. And then, the presence, something that can't be explained, only felt. An energy that seems to pierce through your skin, probe your thoughts, and decode every hidden fear inside you. And the most terrifying part isn't the moment itself, it's the clarity. Knowing that you are not dreaming, that it's really happening. The air becomes dense, time stretches, and for a moment, you realize that reality is fragile, just a thin layer they can cross whenever they want. Many say the contact is only the beginning. That those who return bring more than memories, they carry a different gaze, as if they never fully came back. But the question few dare to ask is, why are some chosen and others not? Is there a pattern, a reason, or just the bad luck of being in the wrong place under the right gaze at the exact moment? The scariest thing about an abduction isn't what you see, it's what stays behind. Because when it's over, the body still carries signs, and the mind, scars no one can erase. Many who claim to have been taken describe the same thing, the sensation that something was placed inside them. An implant, a mark, a memory the brain insists on hiding. But how do you explain wounds that appear overnight? Precise cuts, circular burns, spots that have no explanation. Doctors say it's imagination, but how do you imagine something your body confirms? Science calls it sleep paralysis, skeptics call it hallucination. But what if it's something more? What if the human mind simply isn't capable of understanding what really happened? There are reports of people who, after medical exams, discover metallic fragments that don't match any known material. Others claim to hear voices, signals, recurring dreams, as if they're being watched from afar. And they all share the same expression, the look of someone who saw the impossible and survived only to doubt themselves. But the cruelest part is that no one believes them. The fear is no longer of the creatures, it's of the loneliness. Because when you try to tell, they laugh. And little by little, you start to wonder, was it real, or just what they wanted me to remember? What happens when the truth is so absurd that no one can accept it? When you're the only witness to something impossible, the entire world seems to conspire to silence you. And suddenly, everything you say is taken as madness. But what if that's exactly their plan? Because the more you try to prove it, the more the world discredits you. Photos disappear, videos corrupt, devices fail, and the people who were there, none of them remember anything. It's as if time itself was rewritten, leaving only you outside the new version. Some say the government knows that there's an erasure protocol, a way to control those who've seen too much. But if that's true, what does it say about us? Are humans really in control, or just following orders from something much farther away? Imagine trying to convince the world of something you don't even understand yourself. You show your marks, describe every detail, relive the fear, and all you get in return is disbelief, isolation, and laughter. But then, late at night, you hear the same sound, the same glow in the sky. The same chill down your spine, and you understand, they never left. Maybe the greatest secret isn't the existence of aliens. Maybe the secret is the agreement that keeps everyone silent. You thought it was over, didn't you? That night was just a trauma. A memory time would erase. But what if time erased nothing? What if they were just waiting for the right moment to return? It all begins with subtle signs. Lights flashing in the same spot in the sky. Metallic noises at night. Dreams that feel more real than waking up. And suddenly, you realize they're not coincidences. It's as if someone is watching you, studying your steps, analyzing your reactions. But the question is, why? Why you? Out of billions of people on the planet, why choose the one no one believed? There are reports of marked people, those who were taken and then returned, who say they feel a connection, a calling that follows them for life. As if they were part of something greater, an experience beyond the human. And what if those experiences weren't experiments, but invitations? The most terrifying part, however, is realizing that the more you try to run, the closer they get. You turn off the lights, avoid looking at the sky, move to another city, and yet, the coincidences keep happening. Until one night, the air grows heavy, sound fades, and everything around you seems to stop. You look up, and the same flash returns. But this time, something is different. They're not just observing, they're calling. And maybe the real horror isn't being abducted again, but realizing that, deep down, a part of you wants to understand what lies beyond the light. What if everything you lived through wasn't random, but their choice? A meticulous selection, as if every detail of your life had been observed from the very beginning. Maybe you were never a victim, but an ongoing experiment. When the flash returns and time seems to stop, something changes. You feel that you're not being taken this time, you're being shown. Images flood your mind, empty cities, skies in flames, a silent planet. And one feeling overcomes everything. They know what's going to happen to Earth. But what do they want from you? Maybe answers, maybe to warn. Or maybe just to record the last breath of a species that lost control of its own fate. Some believe aliens study humanity to save what's left of it. Others think we're just biological curiosities, experiments in a cosmic lab. But what if it's worse than that? What if they're not observing our end, but ensuring it happens exactly as planned? The light grows brighter. You try to look away, but you can't. You feel your mind being invaded, and for a moment, you understand everything. You understand why they came, why they chose you, and what's about to happen. But just as it appears, that understanding vanishes. You wake up at home, in the middle of the night, no marks, no wounds. Everything seems the same, except for one thing. Now, you hear a constant sound coming from inside your head, a rhythmic pulse, like a code. And deep down, you know, they never left. And maybe, the next time we look up at the sky, it won't be them coming to us, but us going to them.